Nigerian News Direct. Nigeria's monthly expenditure declines to 1.3 trillion naira as fiscal deficit hits 727 billion naira. Out of school children, we're engaging state governments to tackle bottlenecks hindering success of UBEC funds. That's the federal government. NNPC Limited achieves mechanical completion. Flare startup of Port Harcourt refinery. NNPC Limited achieves mechanical completion. Flare startup of Port Harcourt refinery. You can see that on page 11. And above the masthead, at Yuletide, we've got Supreme Court gets 11 new justices following Senate confirmation. That's about it for the Nigerian News Direct. Next is this Nigeria. Nigeria's unemployment rate rises to 4.2% in second quarter of 2023. National Bureau of Statistics. And 88% of employed Nigerians, primarily self-employed, only 12% engaged as employees. And on the ear of the newspaper, FCT Development Control approves 1,422 building plans in 2023. Senate confirms 11 Supreme Court justices' appointments. Mechanical work on Port Harcourt refinery completed to begin production after festive break. That's according to the minister. Miscreants rob dead man in Benin City. Emefiele, that's this Nigeria newspaper. Emefiele, special investigator submits damning reports to president. Special investigator submits damning reports to president. Validates this Nigeria exclusive story of November the 20th. Next is the Nature newspaper. President Tinubu backs a Cresol project on climate resilience. Adamawa State Executive spearhead transformative cleanup initiative in Yola. Borno Governor unveils ambitious irrigation plan to boost farming. COP28 CSO tasks Oyo State on destruction of Agodi Gardens, Ibadan. And Lagos begins demolitions of Parkview Estate, Banana Island. HIREP moves to actualize federal government's pledge on Ogoni cleanup. And at the bottom strip, horse racing. Skelton believes late night pass could be grand national contender. Unizik empowers 2,000 as environmental protection ambassadors. That's about it for the Nature News newspaper. First news is, last but not least, 11 billion dollar judgment. That's the key count. The headline reads, finally, London court nails PNID's coffin, quashes appeal against Nigeria. Ex-Rivers Commissioner accuses Tinubu of threatening, imposing Aso Rock resolution on Fubara, and he says, I won't be distracted despite challenges. Rivers Governor. Aida Tiwa presents 384.5 billion naira 2024 budget to Ondo Assembly. Military destroys 68 illegal refining sites in Niger Delta. And Port Harcourt refinery commences production after Christmas. That's the minister. Supreme Court reserves judgment in Kano, Bauchi, Gubapos as Senate confirms 11 Apex Court justices. Banks colluding with POS operators to disrupt Naira circulation, says CBN, as minister assures scarcity will ease in New Year. Nigeria Air reps summon ex-aviation minister, Sirika, NCAA. Rivers Guba, Supreme Court fixes January the 15th for hearing. Nigerian Catholic bishops defy Pope, vow never to bless same-sex unions. Transport fare slash. Chisco Young shall grow. Others named by presidency as participating companies. And on the bottom strip, Tinubu reintroduces school feeding program. That's about it for the newspapers.
Interesting stories. So, of course, this is another opportunity, like we always say, to head over to the paper corner or, find some other means to avail yourself of details of this, headline stories as we see in some of the major Nigerian newspapers this morning. Of course, one of the interesting items that I have seen is, that of members of the House of Representatives who have now summoned ex-aviation Minister Hadi Sirika for answers, over much needed answers, if I can add, over the controversial Nigeria Air project. We hope we get those answers as required and that it doesn't stop there. Also, Daily Trust is one of the papers reporting on updates since the presidency announced that fares, bus fares will be slashed by 50% for travelers between December the 21st and January the 4th. And it also went on to add that there will be free train rides all over the country for travelers at that. Of course, the government has made an announcement. It is expected that, crucial deals, crucial agreements and discussions were had with the 5 transport companies before these announcements were made, because the names of the companies concerned have and now, in the public.
That's right.
But then there are still some concerns as to some details of this kind of arrangement. It will not be the first time that government, not exactly federal government, will announce that there will be free or subsidized transport fares for Nigerians. But what concerns many and why people may, be regarding this with some level of caution would be what's the level of agreements between the government and these participating companies, because from what we've seen so far, from what people are reporting so far, one of these companies at least is still publishing the regular bus fares.
Our reporter actually went out yesterday, Demola Lawrence, bringing us up to speed with how they're going about it. Is that you book your ticket online. There's still the normal fare. When you get there, then you also get a printed document or printed maybe ticket or something informing of the federal government's subsidized T-fare, which maybe they will now refund you either in cash or sending you, returning the money back to you via transfer. So it's one way. I just also read one of the papers. I was fumbling for the paper. I couldn't find it again, where that the train station was overwhelmed, yesterday for people.
And there's also another account of racketeering ongoing in another train station, in the Regasta train station, and this has also been a recurring problem at the train stations.
And I think it's very important that the government monitors this, because buses that are taking maybe 3 people, on the roll of a seat, we now start, cramming people together. Maybe they might be taking 5, and did you pay for it? This is not the federal government that paid for it.
But the bottom line, is, Nigerians should take advantage of this. This is a welcome, welcome development, and we hope, that sanity. We hope for safe travels, and all other positives at this time, as Nigerians, of course, is advantage to travel and see their loved ones and enjoy the festivities.